Hello and welcome to an album a day, day 401, going through my vinyl collection, my 45s, my albums, my CDs. Yes, I've got my Flock of Seagulls hair back today for some reason. Today is a 45 that you've probably never heard of. You've probably never heard of the artist. There's a good chance of that, but it's one that is particularly special to me because this was a song that my grandfather loved, that I grew up listening to and loved very much. I had my own 45 of it. It was on a different, I don't know if it was a different label or different sticker, but I remember it being orange. This one is black with red lettering on the Eric Records label, which this is the only thing I have on Eric Records. The artist is Benny Bell, and the main song on the A side of the 45 is Shaving Cream, which is a bit of a comedic song. It's one of those things where you think he's going to say something like, don't say it, don't say it. And back then you didn't swear on records or anything like that. It's like, you're going to get into trouble. And then he just kind of leads you in a different direction. Like, he was full of shaving cream, that sort of thing. But it's a really cool song. It's a lot of fun. I don't know if the rest of the Shaving Cream vinyl, because there's also an LP, I don't know if it's all comedy or not. I don't know any of the songs. I have not listened to the B-side of this yet, which is In Heaven There Is No Beer, which it's just sad. Because I'm hoping for no calorie beer, or that beer that you could just keep drinking, but it doesn't make you feel like bloated or fat or whatever. But this is cool. I like the sticker of this. It's in pretty good condition, just a little imperfections around the edges of the label on both sides, which really is not too bad, considering that this one is from, when is this? 1975. So I was 3 years old when this came out. And yeah, it holds some good memories for me. So it was one of the things that I wanted to add to my list. There was just something about it that when it popped into my head, and I'm not even sure what triggered it, but whatever it was, it brought me back to my old 45 case, which was this sort of black base with a pole that was the size of the 45 record hole, and you would just stack all your 45s. You put the 70s olive green top back down with the white handle, and then you just twist it and it locks into place so that you could pick it up and carry it. Pretty ingenious for plastic design. But yeah, it just, for some reason, when it popped into my head, it brought me right back to that. And I thought, yeah, I got to put that on my list. But after my little dive into Rainbow, and I've got one more of Rainbow tomorrow, or for the next day that I record, but I decided to do a little cataloging and found what vinyl 45s Rainbow had, because there's some that are CDs, some that are digital files only with the Ronnie Romero singles. They never released physical media for those. And I went back and I looked. I'm like, okay, one of these I'll probably never get because it's like $250, the only one copy that's available. And other ones, I'm like, yeah, you know what, that I'll probably get at some point. And I found a couple of them for just a couple of bucks each, so I've got those on order. So I'll have a little more coming soon. But I'm like, here we go again. I just finished my Tetragrammaton collection, which I'm still so excited about. Now I'm like, well, let me just do a little mini collection of Rainbow 45s. Why not? There's only a few of them, and I've got some already, so I might as well finish them off, So that's on my list now. The one that is like super expensive, I don't think, it wasn't like a standard release. It wasn't like just an A-side, B-side promoting the album or a radio single kind of thing. So kind of a side collection within the collection. There's like all the standard 45s that were released as part of the album promotion. And then there's these little 4-song EP 45s and, different promotional tools, but they feel like they're outside of the main scope. So if I just get the main scope of them, I'm fine with that. But yeah, this thing is just growing out of control. I mean, it's absolutely out of control. I'm out of control. Somebody needs to stop me. But don't, because I'm having fun with this. You guys have a great day. It's a beautiful day here in Tulsa. Spring is in full swing. We went from freezing cold, having to run the faucet for 3 days, to now it's freaking hot, and I'm going to have to bring the fan out here pretty soon. Just wild, the weather shifts. I hear a lot of people are experiencing that. But, my hair's kind of poofy today. I'm enjoying that, and working on the last song for the EP. Had a huge breakthrough last night, and very excited to be working on that. That's going to take a little time because it's in 6 parts that I'm doing it. 30 seconds each, but it's a matter of coordinating everything, making sure it all works and flows together. So had a breakthrough on how I'm going to do that last night, which was the biggest concern. Now I can just write it. So once I get that done, then I can record and start mixing the EP. I've got a soundtrack to mix and another single song to mix as well, a classical piece. So lots of fun. I also have a guest coming up this week on Deep Purple Smoke on the podcast, which I'm very excited about. We recorded on Friday. Had a great time as always. So check that out, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.